new music, and I was also going to release like the director's cut to my web series. But I was like, you know what? If I don't make this into the deal that it needs to be, then it's basically going to get swept underneath the rug.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not really doing it for me, but I think about the people who are going to be the victims next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's even why I'm like trying to do this like publicity tour to just basically get that traction, because I believe that this story does need to be heard. Because literally the day before I was attacked, I was trying to talk about why we can't cancel Pride. Because when we cancel Pride, people forget, and they forget fast. You know what I mean? We wouldn't cancel Christmas. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
I've been saying that about I've been saying that about all these statues being torn down and stuff like that. It almost does a disservice, because it does start to take away that memory of what happened, and we have to remember what happened so that we can remember not to do that again.
So we can progress. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great that you're starting on this tour, and it's great that you're strong enough to turn this into something positive and help others with it, because a lot of people aren't that strong. I know personally I wouldn't be. I'd probably still be in bed crying right now.
Right.
It's just
yeah.
See, I would have gone the opposite direction. I just would have gone straight up hate on any straight person I came across. How the fuck do you like it, asshole?
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
that seems to be what's happening in the States, and it's starting to spread to Canada, but that seems to be the attitude. Now we're going to take out all the cops, and then there's going to be a big revolt against black people at the end of this. I guarantee it. It's just violence begets violence. You're never going to win. I wish we could just go start a lynch mob and go beat up straight people, but
it's not really going to solve anything.
No, it's just it's this cycle that's just going to go on forever. And
yeah,
eventually, like right now, everybody hates straight white guys. I feel bad walking down the street, but
right.
I have to go get new tint on my car specifically so I can hide the fact that I'm white driving around.
We need to get beyond hating, because personally, I don't have time to hate anybody. I get home at 7 p.m. I got like 3 hours to jerk off and go to bed.
Right.
I don't have time to sit around and hate you.
What the fuck? Like, I ain't trying to, but at the same time, in a way, again, before this happened with the pandemic, you know what I mean? Because how everybody started, everyone started a fucking podcast, right? Everybody started doing music, fucking online. It was just like overcrowded with so many people. And I'm just like, holy fuck, how am I ever gonna stand out? You know what I mean? And I hate to say, but the way that I have kind of, I guess, convinced myself is that this is gonna be. I think that this is gonna be the thing that will get me into the mainstream. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's a sad story, but it's like, well, you know what? You don't have any singers out there that that like have that like don't have any teeth. You know what I mean? And have that type of story. You know what I mean? So it's just like, well, at least now I stand out. I know it sounds kind of morbid, but I'm just like, well, this is my story. I'm gonna own it, and I wish this motherfucker would try to stop me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we need some more. We need some tougher representation in entertainment too, because there's not a lot of gay icons who are just cool. I mean, you got Clay Aiken. That's
God.
And the head goes down in shame.
Like, oh no.
It seems like in the entertainment industry, if you're not being made fun of, then you're Clay Aiken. You're either Clay Aiken or Will and Grace. There's no actual representation of just real gay, lesbian, LGBT representation in entertainment. It all becomes funny or exaggerated, or the gay guy's always the drag queen or something silly. We need we need Vin Diesel to actually come out.
That would be a shocker.
I believe that wholeheartedly. Even with my music, my last song that I released was "Live Like You Can't Die," and like the whole video is of me basically being beat up. Just because I'm trying to just go against that image. My music that you would initially say is like gay, just because I'm tired of that stereotype. Because initially they want to say that you're not masculine. You know what I mean? And it's like that doesn't take away any of my masculinity. You know what I mean?
To be honest,
still just as driven.
The few gay friends I have, it's the opposite, because they've grown up scrapping their whole life because people picked on them because they were gay. Yep. So they're some of the toughest guys I know.
Yep.
There's a solid reason why I would never pick on a gay person. They beat the shit out of me. Fuck that. I will join your cause. I am not getting on the receiving end of it.
They tend to travel in packs too. It's not
Right.
So your music, what do you describe your music as?
I would say that it is dark pop music, EDM. Definitely music that is definitely geared to make you feel good, but definitely a little bit more indie sounding. But yeah.
All right, on cool.
And just before I forget, because I always do, where can people find your stuff? Online or where can we hear you?
Yeah. You can check out my web series. It's called Help Hollywood. I'm trapped in New Mexico, and I will be releasing the actual director's cut this summer. So you guys can definitely check that out. And I'm gonna be releasing a new song too. I just finished recording the last week, even my whole list thing going on right now. But I was able to make it so that you can't even hear it in the song. So I'll be releasing that song. That song is it's called Relax Superstar. So
nice. Just because I'm a super nerd, do you have a studio or what are you recording with? I'm kind of I have someone who actually records for me.
After my web series, I was like, I don't want to learn any more about fucking editing and shit. I don't know about so I had the A&R do that for the freaking engineer do that shit for me. Thank God.
That's awesome.
So much math and music.
Yeah, it's a ton of work and it's no fun. I do a lot of it myself. I do all my own music for the podcast and stuff, and it's a horrible thing. If I could afford to hire someone to do it for me, I definitely would. So are you
editing?
I know the idea of a live show is way in the future, but are you planning anything coming up, or is there nothing on the radar just because of the stupid pandemic?
Oh no, definitely. Even right before before the reason I was able to actually get the gig for being the headliner for the parade was I was the first in my city to actually make it so that the local performers could actually put on a virtual show and start making money. I did it before all the venues did too.
Holy shit.
Yeah, my plan is this summer also to kind of do showcase, but with artists from all over the world. You know what I mean? Because I'm just like, might as well, because I try to do it out here with some of the artists, but they're really big on social media, So I'm just like, I need some serious artists who are really gonna push this show, because right now, what's amazing is that all of us are basically on the same playing field. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of us just, coming out with that best content. And, even just yesterday, I actually beat my live stream record by having over 50 people watching it at one time. So that was really exciting.
That's very cool.
That's really rare,
You got us slammed on that one, I'll tell you that much.
What was
really slammed?
Well, what was Thorkin the other night when we were on another podcast? We were guests on a podcast from England, and he had 5 people watch his live stream on Facebook, and it's a pretty significant show. They usually have decent guests, but for some reason he wanted us instead. But yeah, it's getting 50 is actually huge. I know a lot of people on Facebook just lie about their numbers, and 50 is a good strong start.
That's awesome.
That's kind of the way.
Steady,
How do you feel about the virtual thing? Are you digging it? Is it? I'm not comfortable with it. Like I didn't like I've tried to watch a couple TV shows like Saturday Night Live. They're all broadcasting from their houses and stuff.
Oh God, yeah, that was a nightmare to watch.
The show isn't bad enough recently. Now they got to keep it all from their houses. Oh, Jesus.
I know. It was just like too. Yeah.
Even some of my favorite podcasts are weird. Like my all-time favorite podcast is 4 people, and they're all doing it from 4 different places, and it seems weird. I'm genuinely missing the interaction with people. Do you? But I guess I appreciate the wider audience too. But how do you think the virtual thing is a good idea?
It just honestly, I think about it and it just really kind of pisses me off because it's just like I'm over here, making big steps in my career, but yet again, I'm not leaving my fucking house. So I kind of feel like I'm a fraud in that sense. I'm just like, I want to be out there with people, meeting them, getting them excited, but sometimes you like mention that to some people and like they freak out. Oh no, we can't do a show right now. Oh no, it's like, oh my God, just calm down. I didn't offer you crack. I just said, how would you, I just feel like coming out to a show, like.
I if you crack, chill the fuck out. What the hell?
I had a guy at work yesterday reach out and shake my hand. And it caught me off guard a little bit because that hasn't happened in 6 months. But the reaction of people standing around us were they were horrified. We were shaking hands. And I was just like, that's right. I did it and I'd do it again.
It's like you just murdered somebody's family in front of them. You know what I mean?
No.
Not a hand. Not a hand.
No.
Fucking hand wipes can't fix that. No.
And I'm jonesing for a good high five. I haven't had one in 6 months. It's driving me crazy. We got to get back to normal just in that sense. Like I carry rubber gloves around now and I pass them out so I can high five people.
Here, put this on.
It's,
high five me, please.
Did you guys I didn't hear much about New Mexico. Was it bad there? Or is it still?
I think about 2 weeks ago that they had a riot and that somebody did get shot down. I mean, killed because they were trying to take down a statue. So,
wow.
In that sense, it's been bad. But no, I guess they said that actually we were the number one state that handled it the best. So you can imagine how fucking annoying that was. Very annoying that because it's like literally they get shut down every smoke shop. You know what I mean? The freaking dealers aren't freaking coming as quick as they used to be. You know what I mean? Everyone's like just it's bad.
Yeah, the price of drugs, because the border between our two countries is closed, and the price of drugs up here has gotten absolutely absurd.
Right.
You just can't get them out.
That is.
I still shop around though. I'm like, fuck all that. I must be like, what? I don't know. You must got me hooked up with somebody else. Like, no. But I get it though. I feel bad for LA though. Because I was living in LA, but I guess even just today they automatically just shut down all the bars. Down, it's just like being in Hollywood and you can't leave your house, that would suck, Well, at least in New Mexico, we don't really leave our house anyway, so
nobody's really noticing that much.
Right? The folks.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing for me. I never leave my house. I live in the middle of nowhere, and it's like I've been self quarantining since about November of last year.
Right.
So this hasn't affected me.
With you is different, because everyone else like doesn't handle it the same way, because I can handle it just fine, but everyone else is just like freaking out and just like, I'm gonna tell you, okay, y'all now are fucking with my mojo and fucking with my, way that I've been, like it's not good.
See, that's been me. I'm a social spaz. I live for social situations, to be out there, to be talking to. I'm just the way I am. I'm a people person. That's what I do. So to be like the first probably month of this lockdown was fucking torture for me. I mean, you might as well just start yanking my fingernails out. I mean, like it would have been better. Like I just hated it. And I'm super thankful for Eric and the podcast because it's one of the only forms of social interaction I had, which has been great. But I've been losing my shit. This has been just horrible for me, but I'm laughing all the time because like I'm sitting there bitching like I'm losing my mind. Eric's like, this is awesome. Nobody fucking bugs me. This is great. I get to be left alone. I'm like, I'm losing my mind. I want somebody to piss me off. I want somebody to annoy me, but nobody will.
Right.
I'm just looking up because I know very little about New Mexico. I don't know why. Well, because I don't know much about anything in America, but just looked up famous New Mexicans, and they're all like Billy the Kid and Pat Garrett.
Right.
Oh, really? No,
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore. There you go.
What we're really known for is that Breaking Bad was filmed out here.
Yeah,
and
of course.
The show is set out here too, so everyone thinks we were a bunch of crazy, drug pins or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's the reputation we got.
Everybody's got a meth lab in their backyard,
Right. In their RV, exactly.
Well,
no, I want to ask a quick question here. I noticed, Evan, that you got a bunch of the piercings and whatnot. The thing on the side of your neck, what is that? Is it sparklies on the neck?
This is actually just these are just clip-ons actually just to kind of like make it so that I stand out more. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Because I actually thought his piercing. Like I have never seen that type of piercing before. I'm like, fuck, that's gotta suck. Like, that's gotta be terrible, painful.
All right, no, fuck all that. I don't want the pain of it. You know what I mean? No, I'm not to do all that.
I like this guy more and more. This is fantastic. I'm all into the tattoos and shit, but piercings, I love piercings on other people, but I cannot. Yeah. I got pierced once, and it was at a mall from one of those shitty fucking guns they have in the mall.
Yeah, me too.
Fucking thing blew up like I had a midget stuck to my side of my head.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's terrible. And I said, that's it. I'll never get pierced again, but I'll keep getting jammed with a needle.
I always had my eyebrow, and then someone told me you could like paralyze your face if you did it wrong, and that freaked me out.
I've always had that too, though. I was